It's made wash day become a more enjoyable experience instead of something I dread. It's something I look forward to because now I don't have to fight with my hair. Welcome back, friends, or if you're new here, just welcome. It is Lauren the Soap Witch, and it is time for another wash day. And so I thought I would just do things a little differently just to see how I felt about it. We'll see. So in this one, I am just doing the wash portion of the wash day. I consider wash day like the whole thing. That's neither here nor there. And it is my absolute utmost favorite day of the week because I consider it just complete and necessary self-care. So here you'll see that I am saturating my hair. I absolutely failed to do a hot oil treatment the night before because instead I decided to fall asleep on the couch. And so it took me a little while to saturate my hair, get it fully wet. And the reason I prefer to do this is one, my hair just needs the moisture. All of our hair needs the moisture. And two, my products, I can apply them more evenly without using as much product when I apply them to soaking wet hair. So first up is Whipped Wonder, and I am struggling with the lighting, trying to show it to you, but that's what it is. And fun fact, look at that wonderful whipped consistency. It originally started out as a shampoo bar, which I loved, but also didn't like making because it was kind of a pain. It was a sticky mess, and trying to get it into the molds was a pain. And so I found a way to turn it into whipped soap, and history was made. All right. So anyway, I like to apply it, like I said, to thoroughly soaking wet hair, literally just from under the shower water. And then I rub it all over my hair, and then I begin lathering it up. So I scrub at my scalp and at my roots. I leave my mids and my ends mostly alone. And the reason for that is because that hair is older, and it tends to be drier and more brittle and more prone to breakage, which we don't want that. Not if we're looking for length retention, right? So I found those tips on the online because I'm always on the online looking for hair tips. And so I decided to try it, and I did find that, at least for me, I feel like it does help me retain more length. So once I'm done generating all that SUDS, I try not to get buried under it, and I take my hands and I gather all the SUDS that I generated, and I just drag it through the rest of my hair, and that's how I get the rest clean. So there was no need for me to go into a second wash because I did not do a hot oil treatment the night before. So in those cases, I only do one wash. When I do a hot oil treatment, I do 2 washes. So this is me just using my hands to squeeze out some of the product. I want to make sure nothing gets left behind, and also I want to hurry up and move past this point because I don't have any patience. Okay, so next I'm going with the AFOG Keratin 2-minute reconstructive whatever treatment. Okay. I apply this to sopping wet hair as well because that's how I apply pretty much all products. I don't fully follow the directions as far as how much to use because I just don't feel like it's enough for my hair. Perhaps I'm heavy-handed with the product. I'll accept that, but I apply it until I feel like all of my strands are coated thoroughly and equally, and then I like to just go in with more if necessary and apply it to other areas that I feel like did not get coated evenly and equally. And then I like to go in and do some finger combing, finger detangling. The slip is decent, but I'm gonna toot my own horn here. It's not as good as my conditioners, so I just kind of start some preliminary finger combing, finger detangling here. I don't go in with the full-on detangling, and also after I use this, I always go in with a deep conditioner anyway. So yeah, you're supposed to leave it in for 2 minutes. I think it's at 5 minutes if you feel like your hair really needs the help. I don't think I've ever left it in longer than 5. I do follow the directions, at least when it comes to that. But I do feel like it's benefited my hair, and I've been doing it every other week. And so When I first started doing it, I was doing it every week, but I just wanted to see if doing it every other week was good. I don't want to overdo it with the protein, and so I've just been testing it out. I feel like it's been doing a good job. Next up is Twilight Tempest Deep Conditioning Hair Mask. I've decided I'm going to do this at the beginning of every month. For you, this is not the beginning of the month, but when I did this, it was. So again, I stick my hair under the shower water, distribute the product in between my hands for a more even distribution. I usually put one side of my hair up when I do the other side, but I forgot. That's really all it is. I didn't do it, and it was too late because my hands were already covered. Anywho, but I'm still only doing one half at a time despite that. And so I like to apply it from roots to ends, and then go make sure I get it thoroughly incorporated. And then I go in with my umbrush. Y'all know how much I love the umbrush. And I just start at my ends and work my way all the way up to the roots until my hair is fully detangled. So between this brush and the absolute incredible slip of all of my conditioners, this is just an insanely easy process for me. And so it's made wash day become a more enjoyable experience instead of something I dread. It's something I look forward to because now I don't have to fight with my hair. So I figure a moisturized, deep conditioned, detangled head of hair is the best base for pretty much any style. So I make sure it gets done every time I wash my hair. I also find that doing my hair once a week with also what am I trying to say? Words are always eluding. A refresh in the middle of the week. And for me, a refresh is getting in the shower and saturating my hair with water. And then I do some basic style that doesn't take a lot of handling. That's not the word. Why does this happen to me every time? Manipulating. It doesn't take a lot of manipulating. I'm always going for low manipulation styles for the most part. So I do that in the midweek. I actually don't use a tool to detangle. When I do my refresh, I just finger detangle. And so I feel like because I'm getting additional detangling throughout the week and not going 2 and 3 and 4 weeks without detangling, it makes detangling my hair how many times can we say detangling in the same sentence? Okay, it makes detangling my hair so much easier because it's not as tangled when I go to detangle it. I hope that makes sense. It makes sense when I said it in my mind, and it makes sense every week when I go to hair that only takes me 6 or 7 minutes to detangle. So anyway, once I get one side done, I just braid it up and sometimes take it back down because I forgot to put the oil in there. Okay. The reason I like to add the oil was I kind of got that tip watching other YouTubers and just reading other blogs and stuff, online forums, and people were saying that they really liked using an oil with their deep conditioner, and it gives nice results. It leaves their hair feeling soft. I'm going to say that I wholeheartedly agree with those people, and so far I have been enjoying that, and so has my youngest son. And so I've just kept that in the regimen whenever I remember. So that was what I was doing. I put it all up, and then you probably saw a face of frustration as I realized that I forgot to add the oil. Took the braid down, put it back in there, and put the braid back up. But anyway, so remember to do it on this side, and I'm just going to finish detangling my hair on the other side. I like to not skip it just so you can see how miraculously easy it is for me to detangle my entire head of hair. So now I'm going to cover my hair with a plastic disposable shower cap. I started doing it fairly recently. As a high porosity girl, it's not really necessary for me to sit under a hooded dryer, but the plastic cap does give me a nice greenhouse effect, and my body heat just kind of does the job. So I don't leave the deep conditioner or the hair mask, whichever one I use, in my hair for longer than 20 minutes. Up to 30 is probably fine. I put my youngest son, because he's low porosity, under the hooded dryer for 30, but I don't think any longer than that is necessary. So now that I've established what I think is necessary, okay, I like to go ahead and rinse it all out. Usually I do it in sections as well, but since I didn't like split my hair the way I wanted to originally, I just rinsed my hair out and did it here at the end. So I'm just putting that side up the way I would have done earlier had I remembered. Girl, I don't know what's going on with this memory. It don't matter. So anyway, now I'm going to saturate this side of my hair now that I've rinsed all the deep conditioning hair mask out. Now I'm going to add Magnificence. That's my Aloe Vera moisturizing spray. And I just love it for the added moisture that it provides for my hair because I need all I could get. And I got this from a different YouTuber that just used to add aloe vera into her hair before she applied products for that reason, the added moisture. So I finger comb my hair until I get just a little bit of foamy action. I'm not looking for like big hunks of like foam like you get with mousse, but just something smaller. Usually I can see and feel it in my hand when I'm satisfied with the amount I get. But when I was testing out this product, I found that was the way to go. Why am I holding my Sultry Sorcery leave-in conditioner upside down? That's the way I was storing it because I was literally at the bottom. Like I had very little and I was determined to get every bit out because I had forgot to make more. Okay. And so, yeah, I applied that as well. And then I'm just going to put this side of my hair up and I'm going to start working on the other side. So I'm just going to do the exact same things to the other side, thoroughly saturating my hair and adding leave-in products. And that's going to be pretty much all. So let me know what you think about this different style of video that I've done. I usually don't just do strictly wash days. If I do, it's like ASMR, but I don't know. I just thought I would do something different, something, you know, varying from what I usually do. And just curious to see, you know, yay or nay. I may still do it regardless, but just curious. So anyway, with that being said, that's going to be pretty much all for this video. I do hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please consider subscribing to my channel and clicking the notification bell so you don't miss any of my future uploads. So I'm wishing you all happy hair days, good hairstyles, and everything else, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.